Not that Trump is Mr. Free Market Guru, but I one thing I did appreciate about his COVID response, and of course you'll never hear anything about this from the mainstream media because the mainstream media is going to be all about how his COVID response was horrible. Um, if you look at the left, and actually not even just the left, I'll call it, this is not a left-right issue. This is a deep state slash, this is like a deep state versus disruptor issue. The deep state's response to this is, well, what should the government do? The government should make X, Y, Z's, supply A, B, C, have rules, PQR, whatever. The government should lock down this and do that and have this rule and that rule and blah, blah, blah. And Trump's natural response, which I think is actually a healthy, I mean, intellectually, it's the correct response. I don't know that he thought about it or just felt it viscerally, but his response was, well, gee, the free market is the most powerful thing. How can I get the government out of the way so that the free market can work more efficiently to solve this problem? And that's exactly the American response that you want to a pandemic. You want the response to be a recognition that people acting voluntarily of their own free will in the free market can produce and solve problems better than government. And what he did with respect to the vaccines was try and get the government out of Pfizer's way. He didn't like commission he didn't say like, Fauci, pick your best scientists and go into a room and study vaccines, and we'll give you $1 billion and the government will cure you. He just said, hey, FDA, how much can you get out of the way? Can you get out of the way a little bit more? Can you get out of the way faster? And that's the right response. And I don't see him praised for that response very much, but that is for anyone who claims to be a conservative or on the right at all, or even some kind of a fan of free markets, that's the right response. That's the right response. It's, can we get out of the way?
And and just so that no one misunderstands me, I'm not on the vaccine train anyway. I don't intend on taking a vaccine for this, and to each his own. But it's just interesting to me because I think the narrative, as I said, the narrative will be that Biden somehow conquered COVID, and whether they do that through saying, "Oh, look, he helped get the vaccine," or whether they do that by saying, "Oh, he did XYZ, federal lockdown or federal mask mandate, and that did it." Either way, they're gonna give it to him. They're gonna attribute. Right. They're gonna spin this narrative and attribute the natural decline of the virus to somehow Biden doing something special.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. No, I agree. They are gonna do that.